Yeah, pour it up, let the bourbon speak. Call me old-fashioned, we bringing that heat. 100 proof, sipping flavor on blast. Dabbling with the rear view, raise your glass. Bourbon hunting for unicorns, that's the chase. High ride heat, put a smile on my face. Respect to the OGs, yeah, they set the tone. Tucks, Mr. Lopez, I rock, Eric gone. Notes hit strong, oaky, smooth ride. I'll see you on the other side.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to Call Me Old Fashioned, where we talk everything bourbon, whiskey, and of course, old fashions. And for once in a million years, we're going to talk old fashions tonight. Starting off with a little Penelope pre-mixed old fashions. We got the black walnut, we got the peach, and of course, we have the new one. It's not really new anymore, but it's new to me. So, which is going to be the apple cinnamon old fashioned one. I feel like their timing on these releases seem great until they get released in, like, this is definitely like more of a winter style cocktail, and it's we're 2 days away from spring. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want apple cinnamon during spring. I'd want the peach one, I guess. I don't really care for the peach, but we're gonna test them out. We're gonna try them all. Let's check the chat real quick, and then we'll start diving in. iRock says, let's go. iRock, what's going on, baby? Austin, hello. Christian, welcome back. He says, damn, family, thought we lost you. Let's go. Nah, I told you I was taking little breaks here and there. I'm busy. I just be working, you know? Now, I don't have a ton of the black walnut left. I also don't see that one that often. I see the peach one everywhere. I guess nobody really cares for the peach. But I also want to do a little throwback. I don't have proper ice, right? I know you didn't expect much, but we don't have proper ice. We're going to start off with the new one, just so I can give it a proper review. How do you open these things? Oh, this is going to be a pain, ain't it? Where's the thing at? Irox says, sipping the Saz 125 here. What about y'all? Saz 125 is phenomenal. I wish I had more. I'm out of the 125, the 100 proof. I'm down to a little bit left on my 90 proofer. It's good. It does a job, but it's not even the same ballpark as the 125. I think the 125, like, as much as people are still not sleeping on it, still slept on comparatively. Cringe says, if I'm not mistaken, that apple cinnamon came out around November, December. Yes. They announced it and they quote unquote released it around November, December. But the distribution side took forever, right? This just came out in Florida. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like I've been waiting for it to randomly show up. Like, I've been looking. I'm keeping my eye out. It's the only time I've ever seen it released, and I just ran up there and grabbed it. So, for this, I'm not going to do... Does it even say garnish? Say crafted for backyard casual moments at home. Everything in between. Penelope Apple Cinnamon Old Fashions, made with straight bourbon whiskey and rye whiskey, apple cinnamon bitters, and simple syrup. This is our modern take on a classic cocktail. Doesn't say really what, like, to garnish it, so I'm obviously not going to. Where's that $200 old wine I gave you? Oh, did you give me an old wine? I should have measured it. That's my fault. I should have measured it. It doesn't really matter. It's pre-made. Now, my only complaint is, like, the peach one, right? I didn't care for it too much, but it was made with, like, maple syrup and peach bitters, and it didn't really have a ton of peach, right? It felt more like a maple syrup old fashioned. The black walnut one, I thought, did it better, right? Where it had black walnut bitters, but more vanilla demerara syrup, which gave it a little bit of that punch. This one made just regular simple syrup and just apple cinnamon bitters. I'm curious to see if like the apple cinnamon part's heavy enough. Now cinnamon's usually one of those notes that you'll pick up a lot quicker than you would peach, for example. So I'm just kind of curious about that. Now this one is 80 proof. I think all of them but one is 80 proof, right? Yeah, the peach is 80 proof, and the black walnut's 76 proof, which is weird because the black walnut's the one I like the most so far. Chris says, sipping on some black walnut old fashions with a little splash of peach old fashioned with some Penelope wheated. Okay. Bro needs more drinks right now until it fills up the whole room. I mean, my room's I'm not gonna say full, but like it's getting there. You can't even see this side. You can't see what's not on camera. I do have a little bookshelf style thing of all the reject whiskey. But I got some gaps here, right? Because I don't have shelves in between. It's just, that's just for me. Nosing a cocktail is a little weird. I just wanted to see if I could like really get it. I mean, I get a little bit of the apple on it, but other than that, it's just whiskey. Damn. It's like Fireball. Like a mild version of Fireball. It's not... It's almost like you took like an old fashioned with like no bitters, threw in like a couple red hots, and it wasn't enough to really affect the drink too much, but you still get a little bit of that little heat on it. But it's not much. It's weird. I can't tell if I like it or not, to be honest. I'm in between for sure. What's better than whiskey? Bourbon? I mean, that's all I really drink though. Is like bourbon, whiskey. Yeah, I don't really drink anything else. The wife will drink some vodka. You know, every once in a while we'll drink some gin. Right? Usually it's barrel aged gin, but yeah, no, I don't really drink much else. It's not horrible. It's not as bad as everyone made it seem, for sure. I would not buy another one though. But I don't really like the Fireball vibe that it has going on. I honestly think, like, you know, occasion and atmosphere matters. You pour this up, you're sitting next to a little fire, maybe you're doing some marshmallows. It'd be a good time, right? I could see that fitting in the vibe, which wouldn't be that half bad. But just sitting in your room drinking like a cinnamon old fashioned doesn't really appeal that much. But let's leave this here and let's pour up the other ones just for funsies. You don't drink water? Yeah, of course I drink water. I got water everywhere, bro. So I guess if you say what's better than whiskey when it comes to all drinks, sure, water is definitely better. I'm also a sucker for a good Celsius. You know, those energy drinks. That might be a worse habit than my whiskey. I drink those every day. He's like, no, I'm joking, of course. Yeah, hey, you know, it's okay. Kristen says, yeah, I don't hate it, but I didn't go back to it after I opened it. Yeah, I could see that being like this. Like, I didn't really go back to the peach. The peach is down to about maybe like here. Oh, here, you can see it. The black walnut one's almost gone. So, like, for sure, good. I like the vibe, though. I like the looks of it on the shelf. It's definitely, like, a good thing to have on the bar, especially if you're entertaining, because somebody's going to like the cinnamon. You know, somebody's going to like that vibe. Not necessarily me. But for, like, $30, it's really not that bad. Like, a lot of these Penelope old fashions aren't. I just realized the color on these are ridiculously light on that one versus the peach one. You know what I mean? This isn't watered down that much. I don't even know if there's enough in here for one. Not really, but enough to taste it. Bottle kill, boys. I still like these though. I still like the bottles, but I would almost want to refill it with my own, like pre-made, like freezer door style old fashions. So just expect that in like a future video that I'll be doing like my own, like black walnut style. I don't know if I'll do peach. If I can scrape off the word peach, then I might like just, who knows? Maybe I just leave it anyway. But I like the look of them. So I definitely would throw those in the freezer and not have a problem with it. Chris says, you getting new bottles besides the apple cinnamon? Not that's here. So no. I told you, I've been holding off on buying a lot of the whiskey. Just one, saving a little bit of money before we decide to move. But also, I've been really trying to drink through a lot of my selection, as you will say. I've definitely dented it for sure, but not near as much. I just can't physically get through all this. So I'm just trying to like take as much out as I possibly can, and then I can like replace it. So that's what I've been doing. So let's we tried the apple. Let's go over the peach real quick. The peach is the darkest one. I can't see it. Oh, you can see it up on the top one. It's definitely better than the apple cinnamon. The maple's sweet, it's nice, but I don't really get much peach. So like it's there. I'm not a big peach fan either. I like a little, I mean, that's probably like a cherry old fashioned. I guess that's just a normal old fashioned. Yeah, the black walnut's phenomenal. Definitely, it's just light years better than the other two. Cognac Crusader says, yerp. I think that's what it says. Yoop. Yerp. Do you love your wife? Yeah, why wouldn't I? Married. What kind of question is that? Black walnut's definitely winner. I thought it'd be a little bit more exciting, a little bit closer, but not. It's not even. I guess it really comes down to like what your preference is on a lot of the stuff, because the proof's very similar. The sweetness level on most of them are about the same, so I think they're fairly good across the board as far as like measuring out like the differences, like the amount of syrup, the sweetness ratio on all of them. But they're all fairly sweet. I'd say the apple cinnamon one's the lightest comparatively. Chris says, yeah, I've been chilling and buying new bottles, but I did pick up Providence 7 and a... Bro, it moved. Cognac says, love me some Penelope. My go-to so far is the toasted marshmallow Penelope. Honestly, like the one that I don't have. I have the toasted. I just don't have the toasted marshmallow one. I didn't care for the toasted too much, so I didn't bother picking up the marshmallow. I wish I would have seen that one first, because I feel like I would have liked that one more. But you never really know. North Florida's back in the chat. So what's up, people? Happy Friday. Cheers. Sipping on some old Dominic. There you go. Switching it up. It's just I work with the federal agency. Incorporate, and I need to know if not to deport you. Hey, bud. I'm locked in. They ain't taking me nowhere. You can have them, though. They can come visit. They can come drink some whiskey if they come. It'd be like trick-or-treating. They show up. throw a couple little mini bottles in their bag. Dun, dun, dun. These, like, I haven't been like finding out like the like longer that I've had this channel. I still like a good old fashioned. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not a fan of the sweetness. Like, I just don't care to drink drinks that are this sweet because all it makes me think of, I'm too old. That's what it is. It makes me think like, damn, I would get a hangover like crazy. What's your favorite double oak? Cognac, you've been missing, bud. What's happening? I did like a giant double oak blind. Let me ask you this. In a double oak competition, would you put toasted in that, or do you want strictly double oak? Speaking of toasted, by the way, you guys see that Redwood Empire released that Redwood Empire toasted like I said they would? Double oak. Peerless double oak's phenomenal. I'm a sucker for Woodford's double oak. So like favorite as far as just like my personal favorite probably be Woodford's double oak. I do think like Peerless double oak is better, but it's not like that I like it more. It's just better. It's a weird way to put that, but it is. For an expensive one, the Bardstown Discovery Series double oak, that one's pretty good. The proof's pretty good on it as well. Sir Hines says, "What's up, all? I'm a little late, but what you have on the table, in the table, the black walnut wins for me by far, followed up by the apple cinnamon. No thanks on the peach." That's kind of, if I had to like rank it, I still think I would go like black walnut, peach, apple cinnamon, because I don't care for the apple and I don't care for the peach, but the peach at least had like that maple that made it like I could drink it if I had to. I don't get a lot of the peach part, so it's just like a maple old fashioned for me with a weird little hints of stuff in there. The apple one, you got to hit me in the right. You got to find the perfect moment to like slide me that drink. Here you go. Like the only way I think I'd be okay with drinking it is just because I'm getting sucked into the moment, right? A little fire, a little s'mores. It's like 40 degrees. We got beanies on. You know what I mean? Like we're full deep into winter. Even then, I probably wouldn't want it. I just don't like. It does remind me of Fireball a lot, but it's not as like potent or strong. It's like a weaker, lesser version. It's a weird way to put things. Apple cinnamon gets better as an ice melt, I found. That just is diluting it, though. You're not necessarily wrong. I think it cuts through some of like the red hot taste and leaves it just cinnamon. I don't know. I don't know how to describe cinnamon. Too sweet for me. It's definitely too sweet. That's like my biggest knock on all of these, is they're too sweet. The Handy and Scheller from Buffalo Trace, their premix old fashioned, it's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. The bourbon talks more for itself, but it's really well made. That one's by far my favorite one, but it's also like an extra $10 more. So take that for what you will. It's always better to make your own old fashioned, but there's something about premix. Penelope's hitting the right marks. You know what I mean? Like, let's not completely thrash them. Like, when you go to a party or you're at home and you don't want to make a cocktail, like you pull out a little sexy bottle like this, little old fashions, it fits the vibe, right? People start selling lifestyle more than they sell the drinks. I think Penelope is doing that, and hats off to them. Sexy looking bottle. Why is that not focused? There we go. It's like Fireball blended with Penelope 4 grain. Yes, 100%. Let's see if my comments work. Nope. Yep, but nope. Bro, I jacked that up. I have no idea how to fix it. Oh, I fixed it. Look at me. That big old fish right there. Look at us. Who would have thought, bro? Trust him. He's been drinking whiskey for almost 10 years. Who? Love says, not a fan. You don't have to be a fan. That's okay. I mean, it's pre-mixed old fashions, right? Granted, take it all with a grain of salt. Like, whiskey's straight up's always better. Making your own cocktail is better. Just, I feel like pre-mixed old fashions sometimes get a little bit of hate. I definitely think they have their own place, right? Because even me, as much whiskey as I have, sometimes I don't want to make it. You know, I don't want to go through the hassle. Because when I make them, I want to make them like professional. I want to break out the cube sugar. I want to get all the fancy bitters out, right? I want to smoke the glass. I want to do it all, right? Even like this, even this smoker right here is just like a cheaper version. Let's do this. Let's smoke them all. Sounds like a good time, right? No? I could be wrong. That's okay. We're going cherry. I was going to take the wife to an old-fashioned making date night. Sadly sickened. Didn't make it possible. Can't make them as good as Penelope. Any of them are diner club worthy. Making your old-fashioned is not that hard. Sir Hines, you let me know. We'll set up date night. I'll do a live. We'll do like a whole class virtually. It won't be that long though, you know? It'll just be like a 10-minute thing. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Wouldn't that be something? When did you start your whiskey journey? It depends. Do you mean professionally or just in general? Because I mean, 21 is when I started my alcohol journey. No, I've always liked whiskey. Like, that's always been a thing. Like, even way before this channel, I was hunting down Woodford's Double Oak and all that kind of shit. I wasn't hunting though as far as like wanting to get the best whiskey. I was looking for the best whiskey to make an old fashioned with. That was always like the thing I was doing. It wasn't really into the channel that I really started finding whiskey to drink neat on purpose. Not that I wouldn't drink it neat. It's just I always preferred an old fashioned. I also liked it better on ice when I first started too, because I was a little bitch. But teaching everyone on a date, that would be kind of cool. I don't know how well it would hit on YouTube, but hey, you guys show up. That's all that matters. So yeah, and that was I started YouTube about two or 3 years ago. I don't know. I kind of lost track. We've done two anniversary live streams, right? We started on New Year's Eve, 2023. Yeah, so basically January 1, 2024, 2025, 2026. Yeah, so we're on the third year of YouTube. So technically only like two. What wood are you using? I'm using cherry wood. 7 grain. So I have this little rinky-dink smoker, which isn't bad. It actually works really good. But I also have like a box smoker that, here, I can pull this part up. I can't pull the box up. But like, oh, you can't even see it. Maybe. On the top camera. I can unplug the top. We have this. And you can put chips in and it's got a fan attached to it. And it fills that box of smoke. The only issue is I live in an apartment. My kid's here. You know, he lives here, obviously. So if I smoke this room out, it smells like smoke in here for days. And I don't care to bring him around that. So I don't really use it that often. I will say the little smoke, though, always gives a good little touch to old fashions. That did, like, it made it a little bit better. Now it's been sitting there. I should have put more in there first, but it's too late. Soft and sweet. I like the cherry wood the best. I have other ones. Like I have apple wood, I have oak, I have walnut. The walnut probably be pretty good on the black walnut, but I'm just sticking with cherry as more of a base. From what I hear, it's supposed to be phenomenal. He's like, so you've been good with it since 2010? 2010. How fucking old am I? That'd be 16 years ago. Bro. Hold on. Let's check. Let's check. Damn, bro, you try to age me like that? How old do you think I am? I'm joking when I'm saying I'm old. I mean, I'm still kind of old, but like, buddy tried to stamp me with unk. Pow. If you read my other message, Cognac says, "Did you see the new Cedar Ridge? It looks absolutely amazing. It just came out, and I had to order it. It is called Cedar Ridge Orange Pedro Sherry Bourbon Finish." Okay. No, I have not heard of that. I mean, I've been getting kind of lazy, boys. I'm just being honest. I haven't been keeping up with much. I've been keeping up with the brands that I like really focus on, which is like Redwood Empire and stuff like that. Jack, I know they did just they didn't release it as a 2010s. Oh yeah, it was like 2014, 2015, something like that. That's actually been good with it. Yeah. I mean, I've been dabbling. That definitely like earlier in the 2010s. I would definitely say that I was more drinking for effect, right? I was drinking a drink. I wasn't like connoisseuring it. As I slowly got out of like freshly being 21, and then I stopped drinking for effect, and I was like, I like whiskey, but I don't like being blacked out. I don't want to get shit faced. I just want to get a little buzz, have some fun, and so just making sure you're controlled with it, not overdoing it. Because nobody likes a good hangover. There's no such thing as a good hangover, but you know what I mean, like a proper one. The peach one sucks with smoke, by the way. Not a fan. Oh, filthy? Yeah. But I have right here. I actually like the filthy ones. The filthy black cherry. These are really good. Now, they got to have some crazy preservatives in them, though, because they never go bad. And every other brand I have, whether if it's Luxardo, Woodford cherries go bad super quick. So, take that for what you will. Woodford cherries are probably just real. They're also on stem. I'm done with the old fashions. We're gonna drink whiskey neat now because I'm good. The sweetness stuff just is for the birds. But no, love the filthy cherries. Even like the maraschino cherries, the bright red ones. They're okay. But I think filthy black cherries is like a solid replacement. That's a cheaper option for like Luxardo and stuff like that. So I still think Luxardo's better, right? I think Woodford's probably better than all of them, but it just comes down to preference. Bottle got light. All right. So, what should we pour up next? You guys let me know, and we'll figure it out. Because if not, I'm gonna pick something, and you guys are gonna be like, "Why'd you pick that?" You ever make your own clear ice, Sir Heinz? I think you asked me this before. I have a whole video on that. But yes, I made it the cheapest way within the red cooler. Had some fun, really cheap. See, Christian knows. I thought it was a good video. It's definitely not as like professional vibes as normal, but whatever. It's more about the how to do it, bro. It lasts me a long time. I get lazy though, cause like I'm running 100 miles a minute So I should have a bunch of clear ice. But I don't because I get lazy. Yeah, no, he's like, you ain't using the stream. Gotta find it. Yeah, no, like I have a common theme on this channel that every time I have to make a cocktail video, I don't have the proper ice. It's been like that for 3 years. Doesn't matter what I do. I buy clear ice sometimes too, just for the video, and I'll use it, and then I'll be like, fuck, I don't have it for the stream. I have even just regular cube ice, not even clear ice. I'll make it and I'll drop it on the floor or something. It's just always something. So I don't really even like attempt to do it. I don't go out of my way to do it anymore. I just whatever we have, we have. So now do you find the best offers for whiskey and alcohol and snipe them? I don't necessarily do like the secondary stuff too much. I've only done it like once or twice just because it was something I really, really wanted. But now I just kind of more of just look for things that are kind of affordable, good value. Every once in a while, I kind of branch out and I'll grab some expensive ones. Like that's just kind of the name of the game with a lot of this stuff because I get sucked in, But I try to stick around like $75 or less per bottle is my ideal. But I just like finding good whiskey. There's every bottle is different. I'm also like a history nerd, so I love the history behind that kind of stuff. So it is kind of fun, right? I also I'm not here just to like get hammered. I want some Still Austin. Nobody named off anything, so I'm going for the bougie bottle. But I also like the craft stuff or learn about these smaller brands, like Still Austin, for example. Bro got him with the Russell's 15. Russell's 15? Hey. Russell's 15 was MSRP for me. Jerry in the chat says, hey, y'all, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Jerry, what's going on, baby? Welcome back. What's up with the funky split screen? Does it not look normal? Because I always do this. Ooh, that's a Cognac Crusader says, a good question is, who's your top 3 distilleries? Man. Let's put Jack number 1. I'm just feeling good about that answer. I've been drinking the piss out of Jack. The stream looks kind of normal, Jerry. Am I crazy? I mean, it kind of looks a little less crispy for some reason. What was the first ever shelf to get filled in your room? Hey, I'm if you scrolled all the way back to my channel, I didn't even have a room when I started. I had a desk like this, and my stuff just sat on top. And then about a couple months in, we moved, and I built this whole room with all the shelves, and they all got filled at the same time. But I had like a little bar cart in like the corner of my living room at one point. Juan says, good evening, fellas. Cognac says the top 3 distilleries, though. So it always fluctuates. But I think Jack Daniel's got to go in my number 1 spot because I drink Jack Daniel's constantly. Like that's my it's always when I'm not on stream, that's what I want to drink. Typically the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye. It's been like the bottle of the year last year for me as far as like what I went towards because I went through multiple bottles. The whiskey's good. The 10's great. Old number 7's, nostalgic. So they got some stuff in there. I'd say let's go ahead and throw Buffalo Trace in there because I feel like Buffalo Trace is great in any occasion, right? It's just decent. And then I'm gonna throw in Still Austin, Low Craft. I like all their offerings. I really haven't had anything from them that I disliked. So, you can make an argument for Russell's in there. You can make an argument for Woodford's. I think Woodford's has a great couple bottles. I don't think overall, I would choose a lot of their offerings over, like Jack, for example, or Russell's. So, But there's a ton of great brands. But those would be my three like go-to right now. Some Jack Heritage Toasted Necks. Sounds like a good time right there. Jerry says, I haven't had a pour yet. I'm going to get one and see if it looks normal then, LOL. Maybe you just never noticed. My stream's always been up and down. Maybe the string clicked on weird because it's supposed to fill up your phone when I do this. All his whiskeys got to go for 1K USD at least? No. This one, I mean, even this one's not even $1,000. This one's probably one of my more expensive ones, though. This is one of the few that I did pay secondary on, but I think it's like $400, $300, something like that. Cognac says, I think my three has to be Cedar Ridge, Maker's Mark, and 1792. We have two totally different palates. So I don't care for 1792. Maker's Mark's not bad, but it's not my favorite. And I don't think I've had Cedar Ridge, so I can't really speak on it. Bourbon Lover says, cheers. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I think we're all doing pretty good. Kristen says, streams looks fine to me. Kristen, you're hitting on me. We're live. Come on, bro. Jerry says, I'm watching on my TV, so that's probably why. That's probably. I was doing a couple like wide streams for a while, and then I kind of just went back. I like to switch it up. If I have something like super important or like a real topic, I like to do it wide. When I'm just kind of doing more of a hangout and a couple like random things, we'll do it up and down. Which Cedar Ridge is good? Sir Hine asks. I don't think I have one bottle that's over $1,000, by the way. If you meant all of them combined, oh, yeah. All the whiskey in here combined for $1,000, easily. Not even. Maybe just this side. Maybe just these two shelves. Like, yeah, they could get above 1,000 pretty quick in here. But just one bottle, no. But you also got to think about, like, a couple of these were sent to me from brands. Like, a lot of my High West stuff was sent to me. A couple of the Buffalo Trace stuff sent to me. Shady Miles been sent to me. There's a couple things that were sent to me. Nothing that was, like, overly expensive. But, yeah. A couple of them were gifts. Which ones were gifts? The Penelope was a gift. My E.H. Taylor was a gift. That's what's usually on my Christmas list, you know? You guys know for next year, you know? Don't be shy. I'm kidding, obviously. Anyways, what are you boys sipping on tonight? Anything new? Anything exciting? Anything tasty? You know? Sir Hines says, Cognac, which Cedar Ridge is good? I see the small batch and the barrel proof by me everywhere. I mean, I probably, just out of those two, I'd probably go for the barrel proof, but I haven't even had it. I feel like my phone feels like it's going off. It's not even in my pocket. You know what I could go for right now? I'm running low on rye. So, like, obviously, the next time I really go, like, bourbon hunting, I'm going, like, rye hunting. Because I'm down to, like, almost none. I got a little bit left in my New Rift, a little bit left in the Still Austin, maybe, like, 2 drinks left in my Sazerac rye. And I finished off my Heaven Hill grain to glass. That's gone now. I still have some of my rare character. And like a half a sip of my Redwood Empire. That's really it. I don't have much rye left, so I need to replenish the rye. I'm about to crack the Providence 7-year, and it's a J. West blend. Juan says, I'm thinking about what to have. Maybe just a low proof night for me. Nothing wrong with that. What kind of low proof options do you have? Maybe like I think you have like a Weller 12, maybe an Antique 107, or maybe we go 90 proofer. You know what I mean? Um, what's your worst enemy from after effects of whiskey and alcohol? My worst enemy is headaches, bro. Like, like you're talking about like a hangover. Like, I'm fairly like I would say like when it comes to drinking and like making sure I don't get a hangover, I'm kind of a professional. Like when I end the stream, I go chug a bunch of water. I have a little snack. If it was a heavy night, maybe I pop an Advil, do like a liquid IV or something like that. Get some electrolytes in you, and I'm usually solid. Um, if it's just one of those nights where you just overdo it, then the next day, like I'm just kind of more of like blah, but usually the headache, and I hate getting headaches. So, but a little BC powder fix that right up. There you go. Jerry says fresh crack, the Saz foolproof. That's bro. I think everybody's starting to find out that that ball is phenomenal. He says I'm gonna get bro a Pappy Van Winkle 23 year. I don't think anybody here got pockets that deep. But if you do, like, hey, my birthday's in December. Go ahead, like you can. I mean, you bring it over. We'll drink it together. I just want a little sip. I just a little, like this much. I'll be fine. This bottle's phenomenal too, though. This one's. I've been trying to drink it a little bit more because I'm just worried that it's gonna like oxidize and it's not gonna be as good as when it once was. It's still fully intact. I'm not worried about it right now. But like if it's still here at the end of the year, there's no way that thing's gonna be intact. Juan says thanks to Buffalo Trace and calling it a night. Ryan just subscribed. Oh, that was weird. It like popped up kind of strange. Let's do this. We'll just make it bigger next time. Well, Ryan, welcome to the family. Buffalo Trace isn't a bad option. I don't have any regular Buffalo Trace, but we can always get some. We can get some soon. Juan says, still need to try that Tanger. I'm sure it's exceptional. Yes, by far. I have not got the 2025 yet. That one's on my must-get list just because I like that one so much. I have a feeling I'm going to pay secondary for the 2025. I'm just waiting for prices to maybe die a little bit. I just don't know if they will. Scott says, cheers, call me old-fashioned. Scott, welcome back, baby. Happy Friday. Sir Hines says, I usually have a beer chaser to go with drinking whiskey neat. Currently, Real American beer, Hulk Hogan, baby. There you go. I'm not, I couldn't do beer and whiskey, not at the same time. Just, I couldn't. I'm not a big beer guy, though. Like, I'm definitely like if we're doing a beer activity, I wouldn't mind. But it's just, I don't like drinking a lot of liquid like that. Got 2 questions for you. First question is, would you try a double oak cognac? And second is, if I donated some money, would you try to get it? I mean, which bottle are we talking here? Double oaked cognac. I imagine it probably would be pretty good. A double oaked Hennessy? That don't sound good though. Maybe. You don't have to donate money. I'll try to get it anyway. I'm going to do a beer and whiskey. It has to be stout. Sure. Okay. That little stout. I was thinking like Bud Light and like Russell's 15. Like they just don't go to me. Little stout could be all right. You got Wild Turkey's Masters. No, I don't have any of the Wild Turkey Master Keys. I do have Wild Turkey. What do I have? Oh, I have Wild Turkey's 70th anniversary, 101, and Rare Breed, and Kentucky Spirit. And then obviously I have the Russell's brand. High Top says, slur Saturdays? It's Friday, bro. Well, we drinking? I mean, I'm sure you're not. You're probably sitting at home with the juicy juice. And then obviously the 15th and 13th for Russell's. Pierre. Let's just look it up. How about that? I mean, it's only 58 bucks. It's a Total Wine. It doesn't look good though. You know, like when you see a bottle and you're like, ah, I could pass. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong bottle. Hold on. Oh, 80 bucks. And not around me. The closest near me is in Georgia. I'll send 50 next week, Ella. If that's cool, it'll be absolutely amazing. Real American beer is $8 and a 12 pack by me, and it's good beer, so I go with it. $8 for a 12 pack is not a bad price, regardless of what you're drinking, but as long as you're okay with it, that's all that matters. Chris says beer and whiskey together sounds like a bad time. It just sounds like it would be really good until it's really horrible. You got Buffalo Trace bourbon? I have Buffalo Trace Distillery. I don't have Buffalo Trace itself. I got a little bit of Blanton's, Weller, Eagle Rare, E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof, Sazerac Rye, and then some of the benchmark lines, and obviously Travelers. Jerry said, oh, he's going somebody else. It's delicious. You've actually had it? If you had it and you like it, that's a different story. It just doesn't look like an appealing bottle. Like, I would pass it on the shelf every time I ever saw it. I'd be like, yeah, looks like another bottle. Jack Daniel's beer? You mean like their flavored cocktails? Or does Jack Daniel's actually have a beer? Somebody disliked the stream. I appreciate you watching anyway, my guy. Let's go ahead and do another pour of what? Let's do a little E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof. New blend. First time? First time. Chris says, I would have thought Penelope would have been in your top 3. Bro, get out of here. Not even like remotely near the top 3. There's not even many Penelopes I actually like. I like the Penelope Crème Brûlée and the Architect. And the Architect is a Crème Brûlée. Or the Crème Brûlée is an Architect. So the other ones I'm like so-so. They're not horrible. They're not great. They're not going to be my first go-to. They're usually like mixer style things for me. But some people really love them. And at times they're really not bad. Just, not even. You think I would pick Penelope over like Jack, Still Austin, New Rift, Redwood, Woodford's, Russell's, Heaven Hill? Not even in the top 10. What about High and Wicked Rose Tattoo? Nope, never had that. Scott says, I had someone blend up E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof and Stag 24D last night at a bottle share. Called it Stagler. That's funny. I wonder if that would be good. I imagine they're very similar. They definitely have similar characteristics, but I mean, I guess you can't really go wrong there. Cognac says, Weller CYPB or Woodford's Double Oak? I think CYPB is probably overhyped. Not that it's not good, but just way overhyped. I'm going Woodford Double Oak all day, every day. Price, value, availability, gimme. Just so you know, I would pick Woodford's Double Oak over a lot of things. So, Over a lot. Woodford's Double Oak was like my go-to for years. I remember when Woodford's Double Oak was like started to become popular and it started to kind of fly off the shelves a little bit. I had to go stock up. I had, I think, 5 or 6 bottles at one point. Yeah, sorry, it was exceptional. Unfortunately, I'm all out of Stag where I would blend that up right now. Juan says, CYPB is not worth secondary. I wish I would have traded mine. You know, it's all about the experience anyway. Great answer all the way around. I mean, that's usually all I do is produce greatness. I'm kidding. No, just Woodford's a great product. Woodford's is also in that like category for me for like really great value. There's not many liquor stores you can go into, and it's not just sitting there on the shelf just being dying to be bought. You know what I mean? So it's one of the reasons why I like it so much. It's also why when like they released or not Woodford's, but Old Fitz released a 7-year and said it was gonna be a shelfer. When Jack said they're releasing the toasted Heritage Barrel, and that was gonna be a shelfer, I was like, that's great because I love being able to go into stores and find really good bottles fairly frequently. Now, obviously, when they first come out, they're hyped. It's hard to find, but eventually, they start sitting there. Almost all the stores around me have the Old Fit 7 out, and like this time last year, people were maybe not this time, but close enough. People were, oh, camera died. Wouldn't be a stream, right, boys? So let me fix this. We haven't been live that long. Maybe that battery was dying before we even started. 52 minutes, yeah, that must have been... I must have not switched batteries. Ooh. Scott says, have you tried that Woodford's Double Oak, the barrel proof? No, but I haven't found one. Now, I have mixed feelings about it because that's all I've been asking for 3 years. So when somebody gives you what you've been asking for 3 years, what you should say is thank you. I appreciate it. But I also have mixed feelings because when they say barrel proof and it's only up like 5 proof points, but the price has been jacked up like crazy, kind of go like, can we really consider that barrel proof? I get it is because they proof it down beforehand. But like you couldn't give me 100. You couldn't give me like 102. So that's my mixed feelings about it. But if I find one, I'm going to buy it because I'm a sucker. So Chris says, Jerry, you got to wash the Irish whiskey down with something. Juan says, coming of fashion, what's been your favorite finished whiskey? Favorite? You know, I'm not the biggest fan on finished whiskey. Like, I like it. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, the honey stuff and the maple stuff from, like, Short Barrel and Penelope, they're good. There's nothing wrong with them. I wouldn't put them in my favorite category. I'm not really big on rum finishes. But what I did care for a lot this past year was this New Rift Kentucky Straight Malted Rye Whiskey finished, sherry finished barrel proof. This one by far was like my favorite to drink. I'm gonna drink this next. I really love this bottle, and I didn't even like it when I first tried it because like I wasn't a big fan of the sherry, but it's grown on me and it's a phenomenal bottle. Besides that, I would say the Penelope Architect Crème Brûlée. I like that one a lot too, but it's very desserty. Do you ever find or look up the Cellar Age 23? That's my all-time favorite bottle. Super orgasmic. Yes, that's what I said. Hell yeah. No, I still haven't had it though, but I know what it is. For me, I can't pronounce that, bro. I'm dyslexic as hell. Lag something. I can't, bro. I can't read it. Um, what's the difference between barrel proof and cask strength? Barrel proof is what comes out of the barrel. Cask strength is what goes into the cask. So when you pour it into the barrel, right? Yeah. The cask is what gets poured into the barrel, and then it just does whatever it wants. That's cask strength, or the proof that it went in at. The barrel proof is you take it out of the barrel, nothing is touched. I think that's right. I may have just fucked that up. They got those Woodford's picks at 5 Star Liquor in Longwood. Wait, where the hell's Longwood? Is that Jacksonville? Or is that south? Do I like Macallan? No. I actually don't really. I wish I did. I wish I liked some scotch. I just don't. There hasn't been one that I liked yet. Macallan has a cool name, and I got one when I was watching Suits, because I wanted to be like Mike. No, I love that show Suits, but I'm not a Macallan kind of person, you know? I'm more of like a sweet vanilla caramel type of person, not cigarette butts, feet, toe jam. No, I'm just kidding. That's not Macallan, but close enough. Sir Hines says, I'll be honest, I only know about American whiskey. If I were to try in other countries, what would you recommend that doesn't cost a fortune? I would go into like Irish, right? Like if you really wanted to, you can go try out like Jameson and work through the Jameson lineup. Because even them, they have like a Jameson 18 year, costs a pretty penny, but it starts to get better and better as you move up. I'm not the biggest Canadian whiskey fan. Some people love it, and it's for some people. Canadian whiskey is going to have a wider variety, as far as I know, but just not for me. But actually, let me take all that back. Try Japanese whiskey. Japanese whiskey is phenomenal. I like Hibiki a lot. It's $100 for an 86 proof whiskey, but a great spend on $100. Yeah, Japanese whiskey. You can find cheaper Japanese whiskey too, and all of it's fairly okay. You just got to think of it. It's a different profile though. It's always lighter, a little sweet, more floral, more citrus, right? That's how I typically see Japanese whiskey, but damn good stuff. Christian says barrel proof and cask strength are the same thing. Full proof is the same proof as when it went into the barrel at. Maybe you're right. Near Stanford, Orlando. Oh, I like Woodford's, but for 4 proof points, I'm not driving 3 hours. Walnut says, I'm with you on that. Sherry finished scotch is where it's at. That's crazy. I did try the double oaked Macallan. Maybe I should have tried the sherry. Or did I? Do I even have it? I probably threw it out because that thing was not good. No, I don't have it anymore. It's gone with the wind. So on the hunting list, right? Who's got some rye whiskeys that I should pick up? I'm just gonna give you my preference on things I like about rye. I want it to be spicy. I prefer it to have a little mint note, and I'd prefer it to be higher proof, obviously. But 100 and above is like a must. I'm not buying 90 proof rye. Should have tried the sherry. All right. Next time I go to Total Wine, I'll get one of those little mini bottles of the sherry one, like the little shots, and I'll try that. Juan says, call me old fashioned. Have you ventured into tequila? I mean, I've always dabbled in every type of alcohol except for vodka, really. I don't really care for vodka. Tequila, though, I'm not like big on it. because I like when I drink tequila, I'm like I get like white girl wasted. You know what I mean? Like I'm drinking margaritas by the pool, and then throwing up the sugar rim later. Like I'm not the tequila person, but Lalo's, the limited edition high proof one, it's like 110 proof. Really good. Really, really good. That's the one whiskey, the one tequila that I was like, I wish I had another of. Because I would drink that. I've had it in a tequila old fashioned too. Wasn't bad, but wasn't amazing, but decent. I don't want the honey though. Like, I mean, I want that one, but that's not what I was referring to as far as that question. He said, bro, you should pick up the Blue Note honey finished rye. I do, but I just don't want it to be that sweet. Like, I want that one in general. Yeah, all right, you're right. Let me shut up. I'll get it. Need some water. Try Bullet Rye. I have Bullet Rye. I have the 12-year rye. It's kind of old though, so I don't really count it. My all-time favorite rye, 1928. I'd make love to that bottle. Okay. You told me to look it up last time. I haven't seen that one yet, but I also haven't gone too many places. Old Forester single barrel proof rye. I have that one actually. That one's more of a bourbon friendly rye. That one's not rye to me, but it might just be the barrel that I have. Um, my all-time, or wait, no. Sazerac Rye Full Proof. That one's top two for me. Just cracked it. It's nice. It's great. Mouthfeel pops all over the palate. Cheeks, gums, hug too. You know, I've listened to a lot of reviews. I've never heard it been described like that. Valid though. No, you didn't say anything wrong there. I love the Sazerac Rye Full Proof. I've gone through 2 or 3 bottles already. I wish I had more. I drink that and the Jack Daniel single barrel proof rye are the 2 bottles I drank the most last year. And you got to think that rye came out towards the end of the year, tore it up. Ardbeg, 10-year. Don't know what that is. Did they discontinue the Bullet 12-year rye? I believe so. They didn't confirm it. They didn't say, yes, we discontinued it. But they haven't really been releasing the 12-year, and instead they've been releasing the 10-year. So my answer is they're quietly quitting the 12-year. But I did just see the 12-year on the shelves at ABC Liquor here, which is not a state ran store. It's just like a chain store for Florida. So I saw it. I didn't pick it up though because like it's good, but like it's not like that's more of like a beginner friendly rye to me. For ryes, I really don't care to drink ryes under 100 proof. They don't have enough like giddy up, in my opinion. So cognac, yeah, it is. It's at the Total Wine though. I haven't gone to Total Wine, so I could order it, but then it costs more, and I just been holding it off. I hear Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A126 is great, but I haven't tried it. I don't, the Elijah Craig stuff I've been kind of staying away from. I think if I was going to get one of the ryes, it'd probably be that toasted rye. I've been seeing that at Publix's. It's enticing. It doesn't look too expensive, and it sounds like a good time. But I kind of like Elijah Craig used to be super popular, and back then, like I think all I drank was like Elijah Craig. That was like the go-to thing. And then it's almost like when you're a kid and you eat too much mac and cheese, and now you don't care for mac and cheese. It's kind of like that. Like I have Elijah Craig, but I don't think you guys have seen me drink Elijah Craig in a long time. So it's just not something I really go to often. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna get ginger ale, and I'm gonna try this with ginger ale because it's rye, but I want to see what it looks like with the sherry finish. So I'll be right back. Let me go ahead and play a little music for y'all. Hold on. Where's the... Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, pour it up, let the bourbon speak. Call me old-fashioned, we bringing that heat. 100 proof, sipping flavor on blast. Dabbling with the rear view, raise your glass. Bourbon hunting for unicorns, that's the chase. High ride heat, put a smile on my face. Respect to the OGs, yeah, they set the tone. Tucks, Mr. Lopez, I rock, there it gone. Oaks hit strong, Okie smooth ride. I'll see you on the other side.
I'm just saying, I timed that pretty good. Again, it's almost like I wrote it. Whistle Pig 10-year rye. No. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I have the Whistle Pig Piggyback Alpha Romeo F1 finished in the G-Force. It's the rye. Not for me. Not for me. Cognac says, love to try the Heaven Hill 17. Everyone's saying it's amazing. It's probably one of those ones I probably won't ever try. Meant to say Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Rye A126. It's the second release. Okay. That entices me a little bit more because I've been on a little hunt for ryes, but it's kind of hard for me to pull the trigger on a rye or on a Elijah Craig. What's the highest proof bottle you have? I have a hazmat. I think I just have the one. And I have like the samples from the blind barrels in hazmat. But it's an American light whiskey, single barrel from Rare Character, DJ Wolfpack, 20-year, 8-month age, 141.42 proof. It's actually pretty good. For an American light whiskey, fairly dark, fairly flavorful, but it's hot. Absolutely, my top 3 spirits are cognac, whiskey, and rum. Try the hazmat and Coke. I honestly drink it all the time. Not all the time, but I do it. For sure. It's actually really good with Dr. Pepper. So, but I've been on this kick where I like rye whiskey with this Fever Tree ginger ale. It's kind of been my go-to drink for like, I don't know, 6 months at least. And one of the few things I haven't tried is this, because I want ginger ale and rye. This is a malted rye sherry finish. So I'm curious if it's gonna be good. Should be. But you never know. And we like to experiment. Oh. That thing was a pain to get in there, huh? WhatsApp, your favorite... What? What's your favorite starter cognac? I need to get out of the confines of whiskey. Bro, just get you a little Henny, because anything's possible. Hazmat and Coke, Hazmat and Dr. Pepper, good times. I still I couldn't find wherever I found it, but bro, the Frey Ranch and Dr. Pepper Zero, also very good. I saw it on a short somewhere, dude. I just don't know. I tried to give somebody credit. I just don't know who it was. Remy Martin, 1790 or 1738. Should it be everyone's first time? They should take your virginity of the cognacs. That's hilarious. I got. Oh wait, that's brandy that I have back there. I'm about to say I have some Ciroc brandy for brandy wash old fashions. VSOP. Yeah, you know me. I should have got more water. I think next week we should do a call-in show, and then that way you guys can do like a recommendation show because you guys are recommending all types of stuff in here. We should do like show and tell of whiskeys or cognacs or brandies or whatever the heck you want to bring on. Beer. I think that'd be a fun time. Is actually really good. Not as good as like the Jack or even the Saz in it, but if I ever wanted to switch up, I think the sherry comes through still. I think the proof. I'm definitely on the proof horror side when it comes to cocktails. Like I love high proof cocktails. Don't know why. Mainly because I don't want to drink a bunch of cocktails. I just want to drink like one or two until I get a buzz, and then we just go crazy. But Christian says, Juan, you should skip the cognac and get some bourbon. So this one, just so you guys know, mash bill is 100% malted rye, aged at least 6 years, 111.5 proof, and finished in Oloroso, and Pedro sherry cask. Good bottle, great bottle. Caterpillar Games, so there is but one recommendation to rule them all, and I will tell them for $1. Somebody pay the man. He's going to recommend Fireball, though. Juan says, Christian, I love bourbon. I have too much of it. Juan has a good amount of bourbon. I will vouch for him for that. In the Discord, he drops all the good stuff. That's like first world problems. He's like, I need to switch it up. I have too much great whiskey. Like, stop it. Drink your whiskey. Enjoy it. Cognac says, the best brandy recommendation for beginners is Hennessy VS. Really? So you're saying anything is possible? It's like my dad joke of the night, boys. There's no such thing. Christian, now I got to disagree with you. There's too much whiskey at some point. And I feel like I don't have much as everybody. People have way more than me for sure. But even like where I'm at, I feel like I have too much. Like I want to drink through it. I want to get rid of some bottles. My brother needs to come back down. I'll give him a whole nother truckload, you know? Calvert says, well, now there's no point. God damn it, call me old fashioned. New Fireball, Blazing Apple. Always available at retailers near you. Hey. Caterpillar, I tried that Penelope apple cinnamon old fashioned. Tasted like Fireball, but like a weak version of Fireball. Yes. Anything is possible. I ain't gonna. It's just gonna. That comment's just gonna sit there now. I always think about like exploring into other like stuff like cognacs and brandy and tequila and all this other stuff, and then I always go, if I spend that money, I'm probably not going to drink that bottle. You know what I mean? I may drink it once on stream. It'd definitely be like a YouTube type of purchase. and then it would sit. So it's almost like a waste of money for me. Cognac Crusader has now lost all his recommendation privileges. He does not know what he's talking about. Nobody listened to him. He says, not going to lie, that Fireball Blazing Apple is low-key super good. Get out. Jake Roberts in the chat says, I was just at New Riff last Saturday in Newport, Kentucky. Cool area. A lot of people that's been there say it's a really cool distillery. I've never been, but I've seen videos and photos. The place looks good. It's obviously newer, so like, you know, it's got a little bit more modern to it. But everybody tells me like their tasting bar and cocktail bar is phenomenal. So I bet you had a good time. I definitely, that will be like one of my must stops when I go to the Kentucky area. Jerry says, I keep a few tequilas and rums on hand. So do I, but I may drink a lot of whiskey, but the wife tears up everything else that doesn't have the word whiskey in the name. So if I bring a flavored whiskey in, it's gone. Tequila, gone. She's slower on the brandy, right? Vodka, gone. She drinks the vodka like nobody's business. Fireball in sweet tea? Bro. This isn't one of those streams where we listen and we don't judge. We judge the fuck out of people. I'd literally judge whiskey for fun. I'm going to judge your apple, what is it? Fucking apple fireball? Blazing apple fireball is sweet tea? Sweet tea part's good. I love me a good sweet tea. I hate Fireball. Now, I also like, everybody gets annoyed when I tell the whole 21 story, but when I turned 21, bro, I drank so much Fireball and I threw it up forever that I thought I was going to die. So it's just one of those whiskeys that I'm never going to want to drink again. What run do you recommend? I like rum. I'm not too deep into the rums. I would recommend Kraken. I remember drinking that and it being okay. Jerry says, my wife likes vodka too, but I can't keep enough Buffalo Trace here for her. My wife really loves like the Buffalo Trace bourbon cream. Big fan of that. She'll drink that. And she also likes the Red Stag by Jim Beam, like that cherry one. Flavored, obviously, but she liked that a lot. What else did she drink? Oh, actually, it's about to be coming out because the Kentucky Derby is coming out soon. And Old Forester always makes this pre-mixed mint julep. And all you do is basically put crushed ice. And it's really just whiskey, simple syrup, and mint. But how they make it, she loves it. And it is good. It's lower proof, right? Granted, but it's sweet mint whiskey. It's almost like the whiskey version of Rumple Mints, but better. That's a bad take, but you get where I'm going with it. But she'll drink that. I bought like a liter of that thing. She'd hammer that thing. Do 75% sweet tea, 25% blazing Fireball, you're fucked up. I don't want to be fucked up. If I'm ever drinking Fireball, I want to be completely sober with no chance of ever throwing up. Foursquare rum, Appleton Estates, but basic, but super solid. Okay. Sundays. That's a fun name. If I start drinking again, it will kill me. Well, don't do that. We'd rather you stay here, you know? Grab some water. You know, a little fruit punch, a little Mio. I get my wife a bottle of red wine every time I get a bottle of whiskey. Damn, Christian, your wine bill is just as much as your whiskey bill at this point. What kind of wine you getting there? We getting her like Apothic or something that's like $5.99, or you getting her something good? Cognac says, my wife has fallen in love with Hard Truth toasted coconut rum cream. You get that for your wife, it's game over. Paint's coming off. I don't even need that, bro. I'll go. She's like, I also learned over the time of doing these streams, this chair is super uncomfortable. I need one of those like lazy boy recliners. I feel like when we move, I'm gonna redo the entire room to be more like where I can just sit in a recliner. You know what I mean? Like, and do the entire stream. Fortaleza, Lalo's, Jose Feliz Adventures. A Lalo's, you can get the high proof limited edition version or just the regular low proof version. I think both of those are really good. They're clean. I didn't get a crazy hangover on them. So that's the only one that I think I can recommend with any confidence. Anything other than that, I don't like, no experience from me. We're coming up on summer though. So usually during the summer, the wife switched from vodka to more margaritas. Obviously we have that ninja slushy, so you're going to be seeing, maybe not, maybe in the Discord, some frozen margarita days, on Saturdays and Sundays. So just watch out. Chris says, usually get her some mid-range. I guess that's not bad. Like mid-range stuff, that's valid. The wife typically likes like some of the fruity barefoot stuff, or the Stella Rose, or like the St. Augustine, like the local winery stuff. The local winery stuff's a little bit better, a little bit more pricier, but compared to most wines, it's not really expensive. UFL starting soon. Well, you got the fights tomorrow. The fights are coming on tomorrow. What is it? Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. I'll be watching that for sure. Well, boys, about an hour and 22. I'm getting a little rusty. I'm tired. I also got to wake up and go to work. So we're probably going to end the stream soon. But any more recommendations on the rise? Preferably high proof, preferably spicier vibes. Fire away, that way I can put it on the shopping list. Jerry says my wife mostly drinks grapefruit White Claw. Those are harder to find than Stag Junior. Bro. White Claw has been all over the place lately. If you guys ever see it, I want to try it, but I hear it's great. It's called Study Break. It's like a seltzer, like a fruit seltzer that is made with like a different base. So it's supposed to help with the hangovers and stuff like that. But if you see them, check them out. They're more of a West Coast brand. They're not a lot here in Florida. But I'm about to order some because I really want to try them. They got like a Baja Blast flavored. Sucker, man, Call me or Caterpillar. I don't want your recommendations. Conic says, hey, call me old fashioned. I bet $100 that Hard Truth Double Oaked Sweet Mash Rye is better than Woodford's Double Oak. Which one do I have? I have Hard Truth Sweet Mash Weeded Bourbon, Bottled and Bond. So not the same thing, but I have it. This is good too. But Woodford's Double Oak, to me, really can't lose. It did lose to the Peerless Double Oak, though. Granted. And I wasn't happy about it. I'm curious about the THC drinks. I'm not going to get those. I probably would. If they worked, I'm not going to like it. If they don't work, then it's a waste of money. So I'm going to pass. My 2 rye recommendations are Hard Truth Double Oak Sweet Mash Rye and then 1928. Yeah, we'll get the 1928. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find that Hard Truth one. THC drinks. Who's had those? Has anybody actually ever had those? I do want to get one of the Peerless. The Double Oak Ryes from them, I hear is really good. Sagamore Double Oak Rye, I do like it, but the only one I've had was like a sherry finish, I think. And I liked it, but it wasn't like anything that like made me go, ooh, I gotta buy this. I also have like a shit ton of Double Oaks in here. And I like to drink them more towards like winter time. I don't like to drink Double Oaks all year round, except for like Woodford's, and it's usually in cocktails. So like, but I have like Nulu, Yellowstone, Starlight, Barrels, Lucky 7, Peerless, Jim Beam, Bart Sound, Woodford's, and then if you start diving into the Toasteds, right, then we got a whole another branch. So, 13th Colony Double Oak. I probably have more over here, don't I? Woodford's Double. Yeah, that might be it, actually. I have, and they fluffed me for 20 minutes. They don't last long, though. It's a weird way of putting that, but I get it. I guess, I don't know. I don't think I have the balls to try them. I'm not a big fan of the THC anymore. You know, just not my style. Instead of an edible, it's a drinkable. That's what they should have went with. It said THC drink, THC cocktail, a drinkable. Somebody put me in marketing. You know what I mean? Like I would crush. Is it called a drinkable? Does anybody know? Like that's gotta be a thing, right? Now that I'm like saying it out loud, like that's a thing. A THC drink's gotta be a drinkable. Almost like a lunchable. These are shower thoughts. You know what I mean? Like I'll be thinking about this forever. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. If you haven't already, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 10,000 by the end of the year. Obviously, we're taking it slow beginning of the year. We got some things moving around. But if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. Somebody in here could probably drop the link. If not, that sucks. Caterpillar's still here. He might drop the link for you. But join the Discord. We like to chit-chat in there sometimes. A lot of you guys lately have, for some reason, been just messaging me directly. Feel free to join the whole party for the whole group. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, drop a like, subscribe, and I will see you. Oh, wait. Cognac says, what's your thoughts on barrel bourbon? I like it. It's good for the price. But when you start comparing it to other ones like Woodford's in that same price range, it's almost like, what's your priority? Is it proof? Or is it like oak flavor? Because barrels slightly less on the oak flavor, higher on the proof compared to Woodford. So other than that, fairly similar. There's a Discord link from Caterpillar Gang. But as soon as I get this thing to click over here. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you on the other side. Peace. I didn't click the button.
Yeah, pour it up, let the bourbon speak. Call me old-fashioned, we bringing that heat. 100 proof, sipping flavor on blast. Dabbling with the rear view, raise your glass. Bourbon hunting for unicorns, that's the chase. High ride, he put a smile on my face. Respect to the OGs, yeah, they set the tone. Tucks, Mr. Lopez, I rock, there it gone. No tit strong, low key smooth.